SpaceX is set for its most important milestone yet, in a launch that may well define the future of the U.S. space program. Elon Musk's company plans to launch a pair of NASA astronauts on Wednesday, the first crewed mission in SpaceX history. The mission is called Demo-2, as technically it is the final test flight of the company's spacecraft. But, regardless of the nature of the mission, Demo-2 will be the first launch of NASA astronauts from the U since 2011. This is a new generation, a new era in spaceflight, NASA Administrator Jim Bridenstine told press ahead of the launch. Ever since the Space Shuttle retired nearly a decade ago, the U has paid Russia upwards of $80 million per seat to fly NASA astronauts to the International Space Station (ISS). But, in the meantime, NASA awarded SpaceX and Boeing with contracts worth $3, $1 billion and $4.8 billion, respectively, to develop new spacecraft under a program called Commercial Crew. For SpaceX, the Demo-2 launch represents the final flight test of its Crew Dragon capsule, built to carry as many as 7 people to orbit. "We need to have the capability of accessing space, not just for NASA but for all of humanity," Bridenstine said. The historic importance of Demo-2 is drawing a wide audience, from Wall Street to Silicon Valley to the nation's capital. VIPs scheduled to attend at NASA's Kennedy Space Center include both President Donald Trump and Vice President Mike Pence, with SpaceX founder and CEO Elon Musk watching from within the mission control room just a few miles from the launch site. Morgan Stanley is telling investors to pay attention to Demo-2 because of what it means for the future of private spaceflight and the many companies working on technologies to support future's missions. Mark May 27 on your calendars. "You don't want to miss this," Morgan Stanley said. One of the key factors for launching remains the temperamental Florida weather. NASA and SpaceX continue to move forward with the launch as currently planned, with liftoff set for 4:33 p.m. EDT on Wednesday. As of Monday, the U. Air Force's 45th Space Wing forecast that the launch has a 40% probability of launching given current weather concerns, which include rain and thick clouds. If NASA and SpaceX decide to postpone the launch on Wednesday, the mission has backup times set for Saturday at 3:22 p. EDT and Sunday at 3:00 p. EDT. While thousands of people have historically come to Florida's Space Coast to watch NASA launch crew, the agency made an unprecedented request given the coronavirus crisis. The head of NASA said, "Now is not the time for large crowds of people to gather on the highways and beaches to watch the launch. Join us in this launch but do so from home. We are asking people not to travel to the Kennedy Space Center," Bridenstine said. NASA will broadcast 24 hours of non-stop live coverage of SpaceX Demo-2.